Eagles fans, it's Nicky Stees back again. As promised, I'm going to give you my analysis of yesterday's preseason game with the Philadelphia Eagles and New York Jets. So we saw from the starters, we saw a lot of good from the starters. Saw that opening drive. 7 plays, 80 yards. On there, we had a couple nice plays right there. We had Hurts with 6 for 6, 80 yards. I mean, on the drive, you saw he rolled to his right, completed that 28-yard to Quez Watkins. He managed to keep his feet in bounds along the right sideline, so we had that right there. And then, of course, he also had a couple nice screen passes to Miles Sanders. And Hurts did run it in for a touchdown, but it was erased by a holding call against Jordan Mailata. We also did have a false start on the drive from Lane Johnson. But to finish off this nice 7-play, 80-yard drive, Jalen Hurts completed a 22-yard touchdown pass to Dallas Goedert, who bounced off Jet safety Jordan Whitehead for the touchdown. So we had a nice opening drive there from the offense, and Hurts looked good on that drive. And remember, this is against the Jets, so it's the Jets, but you're supposed to look good in those situations. Even Gardner Minshew, for the time he played, he showed that he's a respectable backup. Certainly better than a lot of other teams' backups. What was he, 8 for 12? What was it again? So I know he was 8 for 12. Did have a touchdown, and how many yards did he? Oh, he had 8 for 12 for 81 yards. So you had that right there, and you had Kazir White with a pick too. He's immediately showing that he can help us out at the linebacking core. So I like what we saw from the starters in this game. All around, it looked good. I mean, this was only a preseason game against the Jets, but our starter guys are supposed to look good against a team like the Jets. So I'm happy with that right there. So good work there. And also, we had that right there. We also did have Zach Wilson from the Jets, starting quarterback, got injured, which you don't want to see it happen. I hope Zach Wilson does make a recovery. And it is one of those things. However, we know this is football. We know that injury could have just as easily happened to Jalen Hurts or anyone else on the Eagles roster. But injury's nothing to laugh at, man. So hopefully Zach Wilson makes a recovery. And speaking of injuries, we did have some of our own to talk about briefly. We have Landon Dickerson's day-to-day. Javon Hargrave's out with a toe injury, and we know Jason Kelsey, he's out for elbow surgery, and he'll pretty much be out till the start of the regular season, which gives Cam Jurgens more time, more experience to get his feet wet in the preseason, which is good right there. Now, in the second half, once we weren't playing our starters anymore, things didn't go too well there. But remember, this is a preseason game, so the final score really doesn't matter that much. And not to mention, some of those guys that were playing in the second half, they're not even going to see playing time. They're either going to see the practice squad or they're going to end up getting cut. Some of those guys that were playing in the second half on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. So, it's not even really something to worry about. But one more good thing to talk about we saw. Our rookies. Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis. Nakobe Dean recorded 4 sole tackles and assisted tackle for a total of 5 tackles. And Jordan Davis, he didn't get credited with a tackle, but what he was doing was he was moving those offensive linemen around like a Reggie White or a Vince Wilfork type. Just moving them around, which allowed other guys to get to the quarterback on the D-line. So that's what we look for from Jordan Davis. Even if he doesn't produce the greatest stats in the world throughout the season, if he can at least make a difference in the D-line by creating holes for other defensive linemen or linebackers to get to the quarterback or stop the run, that's going to be a good thing if we get more of that throughout the season. So I was impressed with that right there. We know Nakobe Dean, he was active, he was getting his tackles in. So that's a good start right there for them getting starter minutes, according to Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. And Cam Jurgens, he played solid. He was getting some nice blocks in, so that's good right there. But I like what I saw from the starters. I know the final score doesn't speak favorably, but we all know it's a preseason game, so I don't think anybody I know that's watching my content is even worried about that right there. So Yeah, but also, what else? There's one more thing I wanted to talk about, too. Jason Huntley. And he did say he did get a 1-yard touchdown run on one of those drives led by Minshew. We also had a nice kick return in the second half, too. It was a 43-yard kick return. I mean, that was cool right there. I mean, he looked good right there. Jason Huntley. And it's only a preseason game, but I like what I saw from him because he's going out there saying, like, look, he's going out there looking to fight for a roster spot, looking to get some playing time, and I respect that. Because he knows the running back room's a little crowded, and he knows he's got to do something that stands out, and I respect him going out there playing like his job's on the line, because it is. And I respect that attitude. Respect that competitiveness from Jason Huntley I saw last night. And so far in his 2 seasons, he's only played a total of 6 games. He hasn't seen the end zone once. So he wants to go out there year 3, get some more playing time, and he's using the preseason to prove it. I respect that, though. But we'll have to see ultimately what happens with Jason Huntley in the upcoming preseason games and what the Eagles ultimately decide to do with him come final roster cut times. I'll keep an eye on that as well. One more thing. I did respect what Nick Sirianni did, because we saw there was also that, I forgot to mention, but that blatantly awful late hit on Hurts. You guys know what I'm talking about. You saw the game at the beginning of the game. He was clearly out of bounds, and he took a blatantly late hit. Sirianni got mad. He went off on the Jets sideline. You know what? I respect that. I respect him for having the courage to stand up for his player, to stand up for his main starting quarterback. You're standing up for his potential franchise quarterback. I respect that attitude from Nick Sirianni. I like seeing that, him actually stand up and not be afraid to speak up. So that was good right there. So all around, even though the final score doesn't reflect it, there was a lot of good to take away from this, especially from the starters' standpoint. Remember, preseason, as we know, the final score doesn't count. It's mainly what the individual performances, and the individual performances from the starters and the rookies was impressive. So as you see the ticker at the bottom of the screen, remember to leave a like if you haven't done so already. Subscribe if you're new. And share your thoughts in the comment section, what you took away from this game, what you liked, what you didn't like. And if you're going to go out tonight, drink alcohol, do so safely. Call an Uber, taxi, designated sober driver, Lyft. So please, if you're going to drink, do so safely. And most of all, everyone watching, have a wonderful, safe Saturday or Saturday night. Mickey Steve signing off.